This week we are asking our students how you have changed your career or transitioned to a different career while you've been here at Booth and how Booth has helped in that transition.
So after school, I'm looking to do investment banking, which is a major change from the intelligence work I've done in the Navy. So Booth has given me a great finance toolkit that I can apply, and it also has given me fantastic access to a alumni network, which has been truly beneficial for recruiting. The summer is with the investment banking division of Morgan Stanley in New York, and after graduation, I'm going to a firm called Tudor, Pickering and Holt, which is actually founded by University of Chicago Booth School of Business alum.
So my career transition was from education and nonprofit into marketing. So I was a Teach for America Corps member for 2 years. I worked with TFA and I went to a nonprofit in New York. I was a little afraid that I wasn't going to be able to transition into a corporate job, considering that all of my experiences have been in that space. However, I was able to use a lot of the resources here at Booth. So for example, the biggest resource I think was the marketing club. They created a marketing guide in which they prepared you for interviews and gave you the names of all the second years that interned at different companies that you can follow up with. In there were also sample questions and different ways how to approach marketing cases. In addition to that, the marketing group also had a lot of lunch and learns where they taught you different things about like digital marketing or trends that are going on right now that will affect marketing in the future. So I also use second year students as a resource and alumni. I actually had second years and alumni mock interview me, which helped me successfully get my internship with American Express. And I also used the career services, so I spoke to a couple of the coaches just to sort of figure out if I was heading in the right direction. And lastly, I definitely thought the academics prepared me tremendously, especially classes like data-driven marketing that uses, quantitative skills in the marketing sector.
So I came from a background in management consulting and decided coming into Booth that I would be heavily invested in the entrepreneurship scene. So everything about where I have committed myself in terms of extracurriculars, classwork, other involvements have been within the entrepreneurship and venture capital community. And for some of those reasons exactly that I mentioned, whether it is through coursework, involving myself with student groups, attending conferences in the city, Booth has been tremendous in really exposing me to what the entrepreneurship experience entails, who else is involved, understanding what other people's experiences have been like, and just really connecting. I have been involved with everything, so heavily loading my coursework with entrepreneurship classes, so those include building the new venture with Waverly Deutsch, entrepreneurial selling with Craig Wortman, building internet startups with the Groupon co-founders and the Lightbank investors, so those are Brad Keywell and Eric Lefkowski, and loved all of those. They're very tactical, very execution oriented, so very different from your typical classroom experiences. And I have been involved with the Entrepreneurship and Venture Capital group, so that's a lot of programming day-to-day, week-to-week, bringing in panelists to speak on a specific subject, field trips to go visit companies in the area, the annual entrepreneurship conference.
Before school, I was living out in Los Angeles working in real estate consulting, and then I worked for a startup buying foreclosed homes and flipping them. And at Booth, I've had the opportunity to interview at all the consulting firms, and I feel like I've gotten really great preparation for that. And I did an internship with Accenture over the summer here in Chicago, and for full-time, I will be going to Accenture in their San Francisco office, working in the technology, communications, and media group with a subspecialty in strategy. I think actually the biggest resource that I used was second years. I talked with a lot of second years who had a lot of experience either interviewing or had done their internship, and then also the management consulting group was extremely helpful with case prep and setting up times for you to go and meet with the different companies and see where you really felt like you fit in.
The school's been great in helping to plan my career transition. Prior to school, I was doing more of an accounting function, and I knew when I came to Booth that I wanted to move into investment banking. The career groups at Booth here are exceptional at working with the different companies within that industry, bringing them in for different events, and really helping you to network within that new industry. The coursework at Booth is phenomenal, and I don't think it's ever an issue amongst employers whether you're ready for that internship. So for me, Booth's been instrumental in my career transition.
So I actually worked in economic and finance consulting before within the litigation space, and so we usually had lawyers as our clients and kind of did modeling and all of the finance stuff that you would do at any other financial firm. Transitioning into consulting, and the way Chicago Booth has helped me is that it has actually enabled me to chat with a lot of the people from the top consulting companies. This was not an experience that was readily available, either an undergraduate or outside of the school, and the fact that they know the quality of candidates they're getting and they come to campus to do that has been something very valuable for me.